Greetings, everyone. Welcome back. We are playing another episode of our Pathfinder 2 campaign tonight. Should be pretty good. We will have a little recap here in a moment with Voth taking the reins on it this week. For those of you who are new to the stream, thank you. We're playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition. We're playing kind of an overpowered campaign. We're playing dual class, free archetype, free skill. Setting is kind of a homebrew world we've been putting together for the past, what is it, like 5, 6, 10 years, I think we've determined.
10 years,
Yeah, fucking a little ridiculous. Makes me feel real old. But yeah, so yeah, I'll let them jump right into it. But if you have questions, click this stuff down below. Send us questions in Discord or whatever if you want to talk to us in game too while we're playing. I'll do my best to get back to you. And yeah, so let's go from there. Both, tell us what happened last week.
We began last session after the slaughter of the poor humanoids that wished to try to enslave us. We rescued our now followers from their captors, and we decided to continue on our path. As we traveled through the rain, downtrodden, just miserable experience, we eventually came upon an area scattered with the remains of skeletal parts of the numerous battles and creatures that have fallen here. As we continued on our path, we eventually reached this weird humanoid creature that howled in the distance. We pursued it deeper towards its territory, and as we did, we heard more howls as others, its compatriots, joined it. We battled the creatures, finding them to be hounds or humans that's lost their almost sense of self. And after a long battle of them, eventually hellhounds came attracted to the power that we dispensed onto the battlefield. We were able to dispatch them as well, but my compatriots were battered and bruised, so we retreated to a safe place. Eventually, stumbling upon a massive temple, after investigating the area, finding it protected by runes and magics, we decided to brave and enter the temple. Inside, we found a sole inhabitant, a creature who called itself Sleep, an old god, a fallen god, who told us the story of this universe that seemed to once exist in this weird place where time does not seem to follow naturally.
Very good. So yeah, that's where we left off. We'll pick up from there. To set the scene, you guys again are in a, for the most part, fairly well. The structure is pretty good, but most stuff is begin to fall to time. Not even the protective magics in here can hold everything off. There's what looks to be like just a thick layer of soot and dust. There is gruesome, macabre-looking scrolls of stitched together flesh that line the walls, written a blood black ink that kind of chronicle that tale that he started to touch on there as well. And yes, the incredibly large inhabitant sits around a fire with a lot of you who are nursing wounds, looking over things, and you just propositioned him with probably one of the most odd things he's ever heard ever. You offered to break him out of hell. I'm sure no small task for anybody, but he had a little glimmer of hope. You don't think he's had that for a very long time. So, with that being said, go ahead and start. Um, you guys were going to go to sleep, I'm assuming? What was the plan?
Only thing I'll do a quick cutaway for is on meeting this massive creature and the conversation we were having. Our companions were trembling in fear, afraid of the rest of us. To which I would turn to them, and I would kind of go forward, chest raised, and I'll be like, "Fear does not become you. You are not reverent, or you are not showing your reverence properly. Fear is not what you should have. You should be thanking us. We are your salvation. We are your protection." As long as you serve us, you have nothing to fear. The way you address that fear is through praise. Come, on your knees.
A lot of them kind of take what you said. There's of the three, two of them are pretty quick to be like, "Oh, he asked us to do something, so they went and do it." The third, um, tries to he like struggles taking in your words, but then meets the rest of them. Doesn't seem to uh doesn't seem to have too much of an issue following orders. There, you, three of them sit on their knees in front of you.
Does it not feel better than cowering in fear? As I just kind of like, I'll approach them and kind of give them that like, soft touch on the shoulder.
There is a how would they respond? Let me think. One of them nods. Say, was it Jonathan? Jonathan nods. Yes. He's like, yes, yes, yes. One of them says out loud, yes, it does feel better. And the third one stays quiet but nods. Um, see, there might be hesitation in one.
It's fine. But that's all I really had for that.
Okay. You all see him addressing your guys' followers. As guys, I didn't get a yes or no unless I missed it, but you guys were gonna sleep.
Yeah, bed
Okay.
down.
Okay.
Before I bed down, I would look over at Ondal and be like, "You did well today."
This place, it doesn't weaken me, but it's not a good feeling, a familiar feeling for what I'm used to. Uh, I am half elf. I find comfort actually in Voth. When your magic was not as strong, I felt that. This place, very physical, very dark. We are not meant to be here. I can be sure of that.
I
And
don't
I
think anyone's
appreciate your
supposed to be
kind
here.
words. Hmm.
I will say, I was impressed with both your actions. I think all of us held ourselves well.
How bad are you two beaten up?
I think I'm good.
So I'm a little over halfway healed up, but I still am very much
Oh
in
no,
pain from going down.
I lied. I'm at 23 health. I thought I had way more than that.
I can say
So
I did get you one good time.
pretty
Okay.
yeah.
Well, then I will look at both of you and be like, "Well, if we're going to stay here where it's safe, then I guess I can give you a little bit of help." And I'll kind of take a moment and kind of look like I'm trying to pray, but I'm like, I don't really remember what I'm doing, so I'm just standing there and I'm like, And then I'll be like, oh, that's right, this is how this works. And then I kind of make a motion with my hand real quick as the light from my halo kind of gets a little brighter, and then I cast uh, a 3-action heal on all of us.
Whoosh. The outflow of healing energy kind of washes over you, washes over the minions, washes over sleep. All get that bonus. So go ahead and roll the hoopies.
Nice.
So you get 15 HP.
Much better. I'm full again.
And then Ondal, how are you still looking?
You said it was 15,
Yeah.
so 22, 32. I'm good now, because you can't overheal, right?
Now
Okay.
you'd get that to your max. You can get
Feeling great.
temporary hit points, but not from just
Yeah.
heals. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And then yeah, that should be everything of mine for this evening.
Okay. So as you see this, you guys start casting the spell. You see sleep moves, um, from his seated position around the fire that you guys have made. and moves back towards like the altar area, and kind of pushes aside the altar slightly. Just kind of moves it. You can hear the grinding of like heavy wood on stone, and he pulls out a small satchel. The satchel contains some things you can see sticking out of it, a few weapons here and there, a few little bundles and things, and he lays it down, and he says, "This has never been of any use to me. Perhaps it'll help you. Um, I wish for you to think about your offer, but I do see that you can control things that others cannot down here. There may be a chance that you can utilize them to a better purpose before they just end up being looted by the next warband that comes and puts me to the sword." And in there, you find a slew of equipment. You get a few things. Let's see. There's everything I posted in chat should be there for you to grab. So there is 3 mutagens kind of wrapped up. What they're made of down here, you don't want to know. It's pretty not a good thing for you to kind of to wrap your brain around. But a bestial mutagen, a cognitive mutagen, and a silver tongue mutagen, all the lesser varieties. Stand by. Hey, keep it the fuck down, please. There's no reason yelling at your mom. Just do what she says. There's a few other items. One, a small cat carved of jade, about the size of a thumb. Wear it like a pendant or something like that. There is also a small spike that kind of looks like it attaches to armor, something like that. That just has almost like it feels like an aura or a thrum to it. And then there's a torch that he pulled out of a satchel, like or a wrap that is on fire. It's fairly common. You've seen permanency magic used before. I think you have. For a torch to be made to burn forever without heat, but produce light. And then the smatterings of a suit of half plate armor, um, made from very rough salvaged metal, hammered together, different bits of chain links and things like that woven together, as well as like the under bits of it are kind of good. You could tell it probably was more of a suit of full plate, but it's been salvaged, pieced together, put together. Still functions as half plate. And then, which one of you wanted to take the cold iron weapon? It was Brett.
That was me, yeah.
Okay, so that one will take whatever form you want, assuming another hand axe or whatever, or battle axe or whatever you wanted to use it to
Probably
be.
battle axe. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
there's another one, another pair, not of cold iron, but you can see etched onto the blade itself a small rune, and that looks pretty good. Probably some sort of magic. As well as Nick, what weapon did you go for? But another battle axe or something?
Yep. A
And
battle
then
axe.
and then there's another battle axe etched with a very similar rune. And that is what he pulls out, as well as probably what would account to a large tarp if you wanted that, made of leather. So. But he says, "I hope these work. Um, Usually, you guys would get gold pieces to go spend in town. You would have up to 40 of them apiece. So, I will also say, for the next like couple minutes while you're not directly talking to somebody, if you want to look through common gear, common, right? And purchase something upwards of a couple things upwards of 40, there's scavenged together pieces like that. Letting you know right now, just let me know what you grab first. Like if you want to grab a shield or a healing kit, cheap potions, things like that, they might be in there as well. So again, if it's potions and things like that, you question their their ability to do what they do, because there's not a lot in the way of ingredients down here. Yeah, if you want those, that's totally fine. A pair of hand wraps is also in there. But yeah, so I'll let you guys go ahead and do that. And then you guys will bed down for the night, I'm assuming, finally.
Yeah.
Okay. Sleep, parting words to you all. He says, I need to prepare myself or prepare something for you to better your ability to um, fulfill the task you asked of. It'll take a lot of me to do, so feel free to sleep, rest, mind the noise. There, I'm streaming. Please don't shine your light at my fucking camera. And don't walk all in front of me, because everyone can see you. Pay attention. Alright. But yeah, so, who takes first watch?
I will. I've
Okay.
got to work on my fixing my shield.
Okay. So you're sitting there working on your thing. You can see the first bits of stuff Sleep does is set out a few items on the altar. Takes him a while. He kind of looks at them, walks around this cathedral in the different spots, pulls little bits and bobs from here and there, like a loose stone, and pulls a little trinket out from behind. Like he definitely has hidden things around this cathedral. Um, but yeah, he does that for the most part of your shift. Who takes the second watch?
I would take second watch.
Okay. Any interaction between you and Horace before you pass, or just the normal your turn, I'm going to bed kind of thing?
You know what I wanted to know was when he did the healing the before,
Mhm.
did that magic feel to me like the same magic as Voth? Or do I still find a weird more comfort in his magic over Horus's magic?
Horace, what spell list do you cast from? Divine, correct?
Divine and arcane.
Your heal would come from the divine side?
Yes.
Okay. And then Voth, which spell list do you cast from?
Divine and arcane.
Divine and arcane. So, how many divine spells have you cast?
I
Few?
cast
Like,
3 divine.
okay. But most of your stuff has been minor magics and then, arcane or like arcane blasts of power, correct? Calling lightning and shit like that.
Technically, yeah.
Okay.
As far as spell slots go, technically I've done more healing, but as
Mm.
far as like cantrips, then no, definitely more arcane.
So, the way you piece this together is the effect is the same. They're calling on some power greater than them to infuse them to allow the healing to occur, to stitch wounds, things like that. Where I would say the way you would interpret it is boss healing is a little bit warmer. It has a um it has a like an invigoration, like it like it burns, like it tingles down to your fingertips and things like that, and it's like a warm rush, whereas Horace's is more of a the same kind of like rush, but it's more, instead of being excited for a second, it's more like, oh, like a calm, like a like return to an even keel kind of thing, rather than like I was in pain and it elevated ouch to less ouch, whereas Greg's is like I'm in pain, I'm gonna mask it with euphoria of being healed for a moment. They both do the same thing, and you know for a fact they both feel as though they're coming from a different area.
Okay.
Mhm.
Um, well, the only interaction that I would have towards Horus while we're doing a guard change is I would talk to him about the last fight, just like we were, but I would ask him within that fight and after that has become a past, would you, and then I ask him the three things, would you accept that memory and move beyond its reach? Would you use that memory and it fuels your wrath? Or do you return that memory to the void and in its emptiness find peace? I'm asking more nonchalantly, not in any dramatic effect.
Mm.
Um,
Those are some pretty deep questions for somebody that just woke up.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're
because
like,
I'm thinking
what?
about it after, that's the first near deaths before dying all those times in the sack, right? So it's like, You know, I'm just kind of see where his point of view came from.
I would look at you and be like, well, the short answer is I'd probably go with the last question about being peaceful. The reason I would say that is simply because in combat, I was trying to invigorate you with my burning hatred. And you did it so calmly. I would think at this point you would be more at peace with your decisions. You were unfettered, and that is what is important.
I I understand where you come from, and pe- peace would always be my first choice. At least that's what I remember. I don't know what world you've come from and how that holds, but
I try to always give everybody the first inkling is not necessarily that I want to fight them, but I want to give them the opportunity to walk away. And yet when that fails, they need to learn that they shouldn't fuck with us.
hmm, I comes in many forms, and as there is evil, there is good, right?
Exactly.
Peace also comes with death for some.
The creaking and kind of just settling of this building kind of is comforting, knowing what's outside. You hear outside there is the occasional noise of things walking or running by, things like that, but nothing really approaches the doors. And on that, you swap positions where now, Ondol, you are taking the guard. As you watch for the night, and Horus settles into sleep, you see the creature known as Sleep kind of sit at this place, and he's just meditating. For a good majority of the time you are watching, you swear to God he doesn't even move. Like he doesn't even like you can't even see like that. Even if someone's very still, you still kind of see the little up and down of breath or the occasional like twitch or something like that. He is almost entirely still, and his arms are out. That would be very tiresome. Seems he's able to have great control over this form that he's in at the very least. But towards the end, when you're about to get ready to wake up Voth, um, you do see him rise from this, um, and he kind of has the little accoutrements arrayed in front of him, and there's no words, but you can see he picks up a sharp piece of stone and move it across his hand as it's on the table. Um, doesn't flinch, doesn't say a sound, doesn't make a word come out, and then goes back to meditating. And as he pulls up, you can see one of his fingers is just not there.
Well, that's interesting. Hmm.
It's kind of bloody, but not. He's making sure not to drip anywhere and anything like that. A lot of you continue on. Now you go. It's time to wake Voth for his shift. Is there any exchange in between the two of you, or no?
The only thing I'd kind of mention to him just in the passing and be like, before you bed, one thing for you. While we are fighting, my magics, they have limited range. If you could try to stay a bit closer next time, I would be able to heal you should you fall.
I immediately knew that I was in danger.
I fucked up.
I that is not like me. I've definitely got my ahead of myself for sure. I'm learning your tactics as well too. I'm used with when I remember traveling with Others that were very fast or had companions that they used to gain their speed. We're hunters, but like I said, it's all of vague shadow right now. I'll stay closer.
No worries,
sure.
friend. There's many ways to heal somebody. This is just one of them. It's just letting you know the extent of my power.
May I ask you, when you inhale the flames, does that not burn you?
Do you all not listen when I say I'm a dragon?
I
Does
I
the ability to
understand.
eat flames? No, it did not hurt. In fact, it invigorated me, protected me. As you saw, I was able to even produce smoke afterwards that I could use for my own retreat should I need to.
See, so you find comfort in the fires.
Indeed.
Hmm.
That is only just one of the ways I can resist. In fact, or you'll actually kind of see I'll burn an action and you shall see my hand sharpen into a set of claws and scales begin to form on my arms. Just be like, this protects me even more from flames. Some of the many gifts from my bloodline.
Do I remember anything trying to recollect about dragons from my time?
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, I don't.
Or in this case, a will save. Damn 5th edition.
Yeah. I would have been looking for it for an hour.
I
I would have
know.
been
Here
looking.
I am trying to be all streamlined.
The only one that really fucks with me is the persuasion check, just because diplomacy and persuasion, way two different words.
Yeah.
True.
A12. Roll 1d4. You take that much psychic damage.
Okay.
Um, dragons. Dragons, 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 dragons. As you think back on it, you are flooded with a few memories. There is um, what feels like villages, smaller outlying villages. You can see a group of people that look like you, tall, slender, pale skin, vibrant, like almost blue purple hair, armed with very slim weapons. One of them has bands on their arms, um, and what looks to be an amulet carries a staff. And you can see them calling out to a creature in Elven, and you can see a swift shadow move through the trees. And as it moves into the trees, the massive head and green scales of a dragon kind of peek out through between two of the trees where there were shadows, and a sinister looking grin, but determined, pointed eyes look at the caster. Um, as you remember that this thing um, would teach you guys some of the finer points of hunting bigger prey, how to hide, how to anticipate, how to use your surroundings to fight the thing bigger than you. Um, you remember that. You also additionally remember a ceremony after some time. It was after that first memory, but that memory you definitely have a recalling of, as there are several dragons um, present at some sort of knighting or uh, culmination ceremony. You see your peers standing there with brilliant armor and blades. Um, Groups of people, um, same as you, congratulate you, tell you things, and you can see throughout this thing, they of the three dragons, there's a green one, there's like a brassy bronze colored one, and then there's like this white scaled one. Uh, and you would present your blades to two of the three, and they would be imbued with some sort of elemental power, um, acid, cold, electricity, something like that. But that's all you remember. But you definitely suddenly get that flash of, oh, my people or whoever's memories, whatever memories this is, They know of dragons. They worked with.
Okay. Well, I would keep that knowledge to myself, and then I would say to Voth, with everything that's happened in the past hours, would you accept that memory and move beyond its reach? Use that memory to fuel your wrath, or return that memory to the void and in its emptiness find peace? Just getting to know you.
What you think about? Oh,
Yeah,
just dragon stuff.
where are you coming from? And if you hesitate, I would say, and you do not have to answer.
I'm
Not
sorry, I
afraid.
totally missed the question with how long that was.
Uh, would you accept that memory of what just happened and move beyond its reach? Would you use that memory and fuel your wrath? Or would you return that memory to the void and in its emptiness find peace within yourself?
I guess I would accept the memory and put it in the void
So
to move
accept the
forward.
memory in the void and do the find the peace.
Mm.
Okay, cool.
All
I
right.
take your answer and kind of smile.
And you find sleep, Ondol. Voth, it is your turn to take guard, and as you are taking the guard shift, take Zerson is with you as well, correct? Yeah. So
Mm.
he very easily kind of guards most of the stuff, so you really don't have to do anything if you don't want to. But
Mm.
casually throughout whatever it is you do, whether you're vigilant or not, doesn't matter. But you do notice the creature known as Sleep doing a few things. You could see he has a fresh wound on his hand. His hand looks to be slightly bloody. Um, and there is what looks to be the trappings of a ritual on the altar of sorts. And he is just simply very closely hovering over and very quietly, almost to the point of he's making noise, but you can't make out almost any of the words. He's just simply chanting something. He does that for almost the entire time we're there.
So while he's doing that, I'd try to get a little bit closer, not enough to disturb him, but enough to maybe see if I can see any of the iconography or any of the details of the ritual. Like, so obviously I see a wound. Is there like just a bunch of blood inside some side of chalice, or what's he doing?
Perception check, please.
I liked the 20. That looked better.
It did. It looked pretty solid. However, did not end up there. All right, a 13. You can look and see, and you can see the bits and pieces of a ritual. A couple candles of wax. What looks to be a small gem. A set of bones of a very small creature. You have no idea what it is because they're piled up. No skull to be found, just small bones. In the middle, there is some sort of sigil carved into the stone itself that is now filled with blood from, you're assuming, the wound of his. Inside the center of that, there is a small wrapped bundle that looks to have some sort of um, cloth and then leather wrapped around it that looks wet with blood. But it's bound with cordage and things like that. And you can see he's doesn't stop you from getting close, but you will say, as you start to get closer to look, if you do, first of all, do you approach closer? I know you said you were going to get a little bit closer, but how close?
Before I would, just because like he said that there's like he can't perform magic and magic's this rare thing, I'd actually spend the time to fucking cast the spell and see if there is actually like magic present.
Sure.
So
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
give it the read aura.
You focus on a target object, opening your mind to perceive magical auras. What object are you focusing?
So
Him?
this
The area?
I
Or
imagine this on like some sort of dais or something like that, right?
It's a literally. There's just one little like wooden altar, and that has
So
like
I guess
a granite top.
the altar itself, or that, and then if that didn't stick out, then just if there's anything very ornate or like seemed very used.
Okay. You or anyone advised about the aura gains +2 on their identify magic, so you can tell. Not him, not the objects and thing, but the one thing in the middle has an aura about it.
The sigil.
Not the sigil, the item in the middle of the sigil.
Got it. And then the sigil, is that like this type sigil or like this fucking like massive sigil?
It's almost a circle, but it's more ovaloid, like an eye, like an iris, like an eye, and then there's a circle and some runes carved on the inside. Can't really tell, but you could use your identify magic to determine more about it if you wished.
Sure. I think that's just an Arcana check with a +2.
A natural 20,
There we go. So
which is a
26.
26 total. Now, although he's not casting a spell, you can tell this is a ritual. This is a very intricate ritual. He's not creating magic or pulling it in from anywhere. He's doing something that's the nat 2024. This is a divine ritual of sorts. You're not exactly you don't think you've ever seen this or heard of it, but doing something to it. You learn all the attributes of the magic. Preservation is what it is. Imbuing and preserving, almost like crafting a magic item, is what you would imagine. But it's not, doesn't really have a magical effect outward. It looks like it's just all concentrated on that one little thing.
I'd very much get that whole like, I'm a fallen god story. There's definitely some truth to that.
While he probably can't cast magic, that doesn't mean that the bits of him that are crafted might not have a little latent juice in it. So,
it's all the rings. They're like trees. You can just count the rings. That's how many powers got.
yeah.
Only other thing I'll note, so like the tapestries and stuff like that with a story on it, is that something that's like elaborate to the point it'd take like weeks to read, or something I could just kind of scan over the 4 hours or whatever?
If it's 4 hours, you can get through a good body of it, but it'd probably
Okay.
take a good day or two to read the whole thing.
Okay.
Like, just because you're reading shit that's up here, you gotta like look, you gotta figure out a way to get up, and it's more the logistics of reading it is hard, unless you try to take down each scroll, lay it out, read it, put it back up, things like that.
So what I basically try to do is I would start from the beginning, and I'd have Zerson reading from the ending.
Okay. All right. You start from the beginning. I will give you a brief overview of what you read. It speaks of a cycle, a creation and destruction cycle that is not preordained. It's not something that comes and goes and it has to be done a certain way, but it is the same story gets retold over and over. The author is always the same person, but they always do it differently. And that story is fated. And that's exactly where the word fate comes from. It's part of this story. You know it's going to be there. So if you're in that story, you're in that the actions you do will more than likely take place. There's a little bit of deviation and things like that, but for the most part, this is the third or fourth. It's the third he remembers, and he's an old being. He exists outside of cycles and things along those lines. But it's a story of two creatures who go the distance for their mother. Two gods. one of light and one of darkness, who come together, and despite their differences or the way they see things or their station, they both do what they can for the love of their mother, and they take care of the world in her stead as she does what she can to allow the world to exist. And when she is able to be more present, it's usually after the story's told. So she never really gets to see things, she just gets to remember them. Well, the last time the story was told, one of her children, Memory, was no longer there. But she carved the story into the multiverse, which went through the highest of heavens to the lowest of the pit. Every memory of every place is there. The story is that of things from the outside, things beyond what we can understand, trying to come and take what we have. And two children who sacrifice everything, one of them in the one of light, including themselves, to become a weapon to fight off these creatures. The cost was incredibly high, and in doing so, it shattered most of the multiverse. Hey, apparently Netflix is on right now too. Who knew? Yeah, let's turn it down to reasonable. But the story that you get from that first part pretty much concludes with um, the two coming to an agreement, coming together, that the time of need was now, and that it was extreme measures, and the people were forgetting and going past what they could, so they had to act so that universes would be held together rather than pulled apart. And that's where you end. That's where you stop. Thurston gets much of the ending of things where things have already gone and the dark god was wounded horrendously, and as he fell into his dark pit, he created a ninefold fortress to or he fell through his ninefold fortress and shattered all the pieces everywhere, putting him back together, stronger this time. He lies wounded and waiting, still potent and powerful, but wounded and waiting to recover. Um, while his sister, the light god, is scattered and broken. There is something of a deal that was struck. I'm trying to tell the story backwards too, which is hard. um, um, but there's some sort of a deal was struck that if one was to go against the flow, they could put things back the way they should go. They could put things back into a more balanced state, because as they are now, everything's tipped to darkness because it had to be the only way to protect this place. But if one was to break, to swim against the current, to do this, it would start a trend and it would put things back and it would all normalize. It would be a violent shift, but things would normalize to a more balanced, more fair thing. And that's where he stops. There's a good section in the middle that you guys didn't get, but that's the majority of the story.
Alright, that would be the rest of it.
Okay. You, at the end of this time, you all begin to stir and wake, and your little guards are awake and they're tending to your things. They've scrapped together some food for you. Nick, was there a better outcome you could have had on repairing your shield, or did it get fully fixed?
No, it's fully fixed.
Okay. I was going to say, if you expended any resources and could have had that mitigated by having a partner, one of those little guys would have helped you. They would have given you assistance if possible. They would have held the hammer if you needed it. If you need them
Gotcha.
to.
No, I
we got
duct
hammer
taped some of the
holders.
silverware onto my wooden shield.
That's ghetto as
Fix it.
fuck. I love it. Yeah, just tape a spoon on this motherfucker.
That's pretty
All right. But yeah, you guys have rested. A ritual has been performed in the night. It You guys are free to move about the cabin as you see fit. You, the cabin, it's a cathedral.
Mm. I just kind of ask him after just a little bit. I've looked at the tapestries, and I'd just be like, "So, you going with us? Could that be considered going against the flow?"
There's a nod, and he says, yes, it would be considered going against the flow. But more than likely, we would be attacked, some of us killed, and I would be back at square one. So I will go with you. If that is the case and I must be slain, then so be it. But I have prepared this, as he holds in a hand that's missing one of his fingers, we'll say his ring finger. He has a small bundle about the size of a ring finger, and it is still kind of gooey, drippy with blood. He's like, I can only do so much with so little. My magics have not been with me for many, many, many millennia, however long I've been down here. But this is a piece of my original body. Don't have many left. Kind of pulls back his cloak and stuff, and you can see there are stitch marks on his body where he's found bits and pieces of his old self and put them onto his body. He's like, some of the skin doctors and things like that have come and traded information, stories, their practices. Some of them are useful. But that should be enough. If that can make it to the real world, then yes, it may be going against the flow. It will be violent. Whatever actions you take there, be reintroducing something to a place that I've lost contact with for a very long time. Like, but you'll surely draw the eyes of my children.
And what would be the repercussions of going against the flow?
The flow.
Hmm.
You would be pushing against a force and going that way for quite some time. It'd be like trying to cross a river against the current.
Should we try to ally ourselves with one in order to avoid the wrath of the other?
My children, of the two, my boy was always a much more amicable person, or a much more amicable creature to deal with. My daughter, I love her, but she was very creative in her manifestations.
One would generally prefer a dream to a nightmare.
He just gestures, gives you a little.
What kind of difficulty are we looking at?
In what regard? I honestly trust that you have a well thought out way to escape this place. And given what you have, if I was one to read the stars, which I could not see down here, I would say that is the start of, he points, the story, the retelling, putting things back to an even keel. And he goes, uh, the things that would come against you are all those who have grown fat and happy, the way the story is sitting right. What do you know of the jailer of this realm?
Very little
No,
off the top of my head.
no, he sends his hellhounds to bring back his dissidents, if you will.
Uses them because they can smell magic. That is the greatest foe against him. Great general, cunning warrior, could easily dispatch all of us, swing of his blade. But paranoid. You have all of the cosmos under lock and key, backed into a corner and following every decree and demand of your master. You're afraid of losing it, so you build a tower, tall, impenetrable. He's a coward. He's afraid of losing his station. He will come at you with everything he has, unless you can clever enough, or I would hope sneaky enough to get past him. A direct conflict would be suicide. But a small piece of me, maybe a distraction at the very least. Or I could be the distraction.
Do you know if there's anything he favors? Any gift he may accept?
Give it to him every day by your existence here. He feeds off suffering. He is the Iron Duke, Lord Dispater. And this is his city of Dis. Old as far as the denizens of the Dark One are. The only one he is afraid of, I think, Lord of the Eighth, Mephistopheles. Mephistopheles' greatest claim to fame is hellfire, magic. Two things Spader cannot beat against, hence the place being devoid of it.
Makes sense.
He's in his iron tower and magic doesn't work for anyone. Mephistopheles, hard time to come down here. Again, a coward, paranoid.
I wonder what one does. Paranoid with all that power. How do you pass the time?
His dreams used to be quite vivid and disturbing.
Ah, pastimes. I understand. I prefer more productive things personally.
He nods. But, he says, I shall follow behind you. I shouldn't be too far behind, but I don't want to be directly in your way. That will definitely draw eyes. I do not leave this cathedral often. One of the only places I can make sure I get my works written. But he says, I will be there if he needs be. When you rest for the evening, I will find your fire. I.e., you've picked up a NPC that's going to follow you sneakily in the distance. Because having a Titan roll around with you is way too OP for level 2.
He's the, I just imagine him now as that giant, like, fell hunter thing when you're in fucking,
Yeah,
like,
he's
you don't
wait,
fucking
wait.
notice it until he accidentally
Oh
stomps
shit!
on
Oh
you.
god! Yeah,
Yeah.
he's gonna get your butt. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, no. But there is that. So, all right. So, what is it that you guys do?
Pack up, move out.
Yeah, I think we're pretty much ready to
Fair.
keep trucking.
All right. So,
I'll look at the dead god and ask a question.
Sure.
I'll point at all his tapestries and just be like, "Are you going to leave them?"
They aren't the only version that has been written down here. I write and rewrite these and put them in all the corners of this that I can. This is maybe the fourth or fifth complete works. There are other ones that are interrupted. They aren't complete.
Understood. Do you have any specific books you want us to take with you?
Nods. All up here. And if you make it out, he points at the finger. All right there too.
Okay. I didn't hear. Who did he give the finger to?
He just kind of left it for you guys to grab, so whoever wants to carry it can.
I'll grab it.
Yeah, I
Okay.
was gonna say you should take it.
Okay. All right. As you pick it up, you definitely feel a weight. Like there is the metaphysical weight is you can feel it. Like the physical weight is pretty nothing, but there's like as you hold it, you're like, oh buddy, this
You
is
picked up a power stone.
this is bad juju for. This is not what I want to have on my person. Either that or I need to learn how to use it. It takes up an attunement slot. You don't have to worry about that, but it instantly attunes to you and lets you know, basically that it's good. It's a good powerful item that's kind of attuned to your body.
Okay. Um, as I can feel the magic kind of course through me, if you guys are within 10 feet of me, you'll almost feel like I make you feel warm inside.
That's impressive considering I like eat fire, so pretty hot.
Yeah.
Just have like an aura about you of sorts, right?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, with the piece of a dead god in tow, guys make your way out. Any particular precautions, directions, or just trucking it towards that entirety of the tower?
Towards the tower.
Okay. All right. 3 perception, 3 survival.
Oh, real good.
All right. Perceptions are looking like the best one is an 18 I see so far. 18, yeah, and then the top survival is a 16.
Hold on,
Can,
I'm just coming
can
through
pets
right
roll as well?
now.
Yeah, that's
23.
fine. 23 survival, 18 perception. Let's see what we got. Just dice be rolling. Yeah, it looks like that's pretty much what we got, unless you got another to roll. But a 23 survival is well past what you needed, and an 18 perception is pretty good. All right, Horace, you're the one who was able to see, and Ondol, you're the one who's able to kind of plot out. You again plot a path that's pretty well shielded from view, that's out of like direct lines of sight of people as best you can, and you use the water and the rain and the like bullshit of this place to kind of mask your movement as best as you can. Um, i.e., no one is gonna follow you guys unless they are really trying to do you in. But they really don't find too much to follow. Additionally, an 18 perception. So you see off in the distance groups fighting. There's just people smashing against each other. Probably a quarter mile away. It's like you reach like the berm of like a bunch of rubble, kind of go around, and you can see off in the distance, a little ways away from the direction of travel you're going, a group of like maybe like 20 on 20, maybe a little more or less, but just a quick group, a skirmish, like a good proper fight, just off in the distance. You can choose to do something else if you wish, or just push forward. Totally fine.
I'd point it out to Voth. I'd
Okay.
be like, can you see it through your thing?
All right, looking through the spyglass gives you a good glimpse of what is there. You see, for all intents and purposes, a ragtag group of people. Very similar. Half of them look pretty emaciated, tore up like your followers. But they're also backed up by a bunch of brutish-looking dudes, probably farmers. Right?
Mm.
They are going up against a group of what looks to be hyena men, like dog-faced, fur-covered, just brutal dog people or hyena people. And there's a good fucking brawl going.
I just kind of relay that to you guys.
They don't notice you. They're kind of entrenched in their own thing, but
Fucking keep moving on.
Yeah, let's try to sneak behind their lines.
okay. Perfect. With an 18, the lot of you make your way into this place, like kind of walking through this kind of ruiny, rocky crags, doing all this shenanigans. The lot of you are fairly well put together and hidden. As you do this, go. Is Abaddon out or no?
He's always out.
Okay.
He's got an attitude.
If I was to put your familiar on the thing, do you want the one that says Abaddon or Battle Abaddon on the field?
Just Abaddon. I gotta
Okay.
delete Battle Abaddon.
Okay. All right. So as you guys are all walking, I'm gonna put Ondol in the front as he's kind of scouting on the thing, and then you
You
guys.
want to transition us?
Yeah, I will in a second here. I just want to make sure you are all on the page. All right. As you guys are walking, you guys can actually go ahead and position yourself how you wish. You should be able to see yourselves, correct?
Yep.
Alright, cool. Go ahead and
Yep.
place yourself. There's a grid on the ground. Don't take it. It's actually gridded up, but it's gridded more correctly for the size of combat that I wanted. So it was just a small map. But the lot of you are over there doing their thing. Oh, I like that little aura, Marshall's aura. All right. You do manage to see what looks to be a group of, well, for all intents and purposes, those dog-faced folks. They're kind of walking. They seem to be, for the most part, just scouts. There's two of them that are covered in tattered humanoid robes. You can tell they took a great deal to stitch like wailing faces and things into the robe bits and things like that. They carry bone gnarled staves. Pretty disgusting. They have what looks to be a large sword of bone and scrap on their back, as well as the one that looks like he is more of the scout has what looks to be a really crude bow, a bag of javelins, and what looks to be an axe on his back as well. They definitely see you, but they look as though they were hoping you would pass. But you do manage to spot them. They rolled so shitty on stealth. Let me tell you what. Let me tell you how bad they rolled. It was like 2s and 4s. I was like, oh Jesus. So where they are hiding, you guys come on the perfect angle, and you do manage to see them. They are. You guys have this moment before anything happens where they're kind of like, we're technically outnumbered. You have a moment to kind of maybe do stuff. They are definitely heightened aware, so if you like just go to cast a spell or do a hostile action, they're probably going to scatter. But there's a moment if you wanted to try something.
Just to be clear too, this group is in addition to the one we saw fighting with the other people,
You
right?
got so you saw that fighting off in the distance and continued to
Okay.
go around and then flank behind. And as you did, you apparently ran
we
into
met
one of
this
their
group.
scouting
Okay.
parties. Yeah.
Got it.
So, what do you do if anything before these creatures react?
I'll just kind of step forward and I'll be like, "Rejoice, for you have stumbled upon my path today, and I am in a good mood. I see you tried to hide from us, and that was a good call. If you wish to continue on your way, we shall let you."
Interesting. Okay. Give me a deception. The +1/+1 null slayer. uh.
Fucking gnolls. I hate gnolls.
Mhm. These gnolls being in hell hate their position as much as you hate them. Damn, a 25. And basically, just give me the TLDR of what you basically like. It was rejoice and tell me
Bas-
what you want kind of thing, or what was it?
Basically, just I've noticed you first. Fuck off before we fuck you, and don't do it in a way that you're, alerting people or that kind of a thing. Just pretty much you're gonna pretend you didn't see us, and we're gonna continue on our merry way.
Okay. Does anybody else do anything?
I go.
No, just,
Yeah.
you go. Shh. All right,
Yeah.
so give me an intimidate as well, and give yourself
Okay.
a +1 to the roll for the persuasion, or to the deception rather. A
Can I glare
15.
menacingly?
Yeah, go ahead. Do you want to help him by doing that, or do
Yeah.
you? Okay.
Yeah. Like when he does I guess I want to kind of loom over him and just kind of like stare at them.
Okay, we're gonna give that. We're gonna chalk that up to a total like of a +2, so a 17. That's good enough. They all kind of look and then yap quietly, like, just kind of like, and they just kind of. The one that has a scout has a bow in his hand. He just kind of puts the bow over his thing, takes a few steps back.
I pretty much just watch them leave, basically. I just kind of give them that glare down.
They move very, 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 very slow. The last one to move. Go ahead. What's up?
Do I feel like they are being, I guess, tactical in that retreat? Not necessarily. Obviously, they fear for themselves and stuff like that. But do I feel like they are part of a bigger group based off their actions? I guess.
Yes, these are probably scouts for that huge group.
Hmm. But do I feel like it's nearby? I guess.
I don't know how you would get that by just looking at them. And
Yeah.
never being here before,
Just
I
that.
don't think that's a possible thing for you to discern.
I guess more their fear level. Like, do I feel like they're scared, or more of just the we'll just be quiet until everybody else shows up.
Yes, you think they're probably biding time. They're probably like, let's not fucking rush this fight. Let's be tactical
Mm.
about it. And they're taking steps back, but they're going very slowly and very telegraphing in their steps.
Mm.
I move forward.
Okay.
I'll just kind of whisper to you that, be like, they intend to wait for the others and attack us then.
That's why we'll get close and attack first.
Just as well, which direction on the map is going past them where we need to go?
It would be north on the map
Okay,
this way. Yeah.
gotcha.
These guys.
Oh, okay, that's where we want to
Yeah, you guys could go north and just like bypass these guys altogether, but you like Greg, you pretty much bought the we don't have to fight this. Like you guys don't have to fight this. You could go on your way. But you do also get the feeling that they're going to go back and they're going to report it and they're going to be like, "Hey, if those gnolls win and they regroup, they're going to be like there's a small group going this way." So you either bought time if the gnolls win. If the gnolls lose, then they're probably going to try to avoid you altogether, right? So I mean, you got a lot of.
We just might have pursuers.
You
It's
may
just
have
the
pursuers,
might.
right? So yeah, you do have a choice here. So it's up to you what you do.
I proceed to move towards the threat.
Okay.
And I say under my breath, we gotta carve a path for sleep.
It's true. Yeah. If they saw sleep, they'd probably tear him apart or attempt to. All right.
Yeah. I don't have like my weapons raised or anything. I just look just like we were marching initially. I'm just instead of like away from them, I'm heading in their direction.
Got you.
Or before the last one goes out of sight, no matter which one it is. Nope, never mind. Nope, no, never mind. Never mind. I almost did something crazy. Nope, we're good.
The crazy's the fun.
I'm following horse.
All right. So with that being said, as the last one damn near gets out of sight, you can hear a few barks, and they get online. This one takes cover behind the ridge. A large one comes from the south and kind of moves up a bit. This one looks a little bit more deadly. You can see glints of steel or metal on his armor and weapons, as well as he has what look to be very well oiled and maintained armor. Um, looks incredibly good. His armor is made of hides, but it's well taken care of. but they both look at you, and you can see they quickly draw arrows to shoot. Go ahead and roll initiative. And we're gonna put on some.
You just gotta activate the encounter.
Yeah. Let me
Yep.
do that. I do this and then go. How do I activate it again? Hit the plus, right? Create encounter.
There you
Create
go.
encounter.
Yep.
All right. Sarge.
Wow.
Hunters.
I rolled
Great.
well finally.
Yeah, great start for me though. Fucking 4. These rolls suck.
All
I
right.
mean, even with your 4, you did better than me. So
All right. With that being said, we will move into the encounter order. The hunter and the sergeant both launch like a couple shots at you guys. Sergeant first. He is going to target Horace. Let loose with a strike from short bow. A hit, a 23 to hit. It's going to do a total of 7 points of damage to you.
is that
So
that's in its second range increment, isn't it?
If it does not take it into account, I don't know. Range increment 60 feet. Range increment 60 feet. You can
Short
see.
bow, I think it's 20,
Yeah,
60, isn't
it says range penalty -2 on there for the Knoll Sergeant.
Oh,
There you
did
go.
it?
so
Yep.
here's a weird problem I've been dealing with.
Okay.
So I equipped the half plate.
Okay.
Okay. I put it as worn armor.
Okay.
Makes my AC 16.
Okay.
I unequip the armor. My AC is 16.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What's it supposed to be? Can you just figure that out real quick?
21.
21. I mean, it still
Yeah.
hits, but yeah,
And I
we'll
can't
have to.
adjust my page.
I can.
So I
Okay.
was seeing the same
'Cause
problem
it's
as
saying
well
I'm
too.
untrained proficiency wise, which is bullshit because I am trained in medium armor.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's not letting us.
Yeah, it wasn't letting me
try a bunch
change the
of stuff.
proficiency on his from
Yeah.
his Eidolon either. Okay. We'll just have to adjust fire manually for now. We'll adjust the fucking shit after the game. So.
Okay.
So a 23 still hits. You're hit for 7 points of piercing damages. Uh the hit is he's probably the best fighter you've seen so far. He kind of pulls up, takes a good stance, rips a fucking arrow, and that's a good arrow. Steel tip, actual arrow. Looks like this is worthwhile.
What a
The
bitch.
hunter, he is also going to target you, and he's going to fire his short bow. Nowhere near the same shot, as that one skitters wide and crashes against the stones and the rubble behind you. With that, let's see. Did anybody else have a ready to action or no? I don't
Not
think
me.
anybody did.
Mhm.
Y'all were kind of just doing stuff.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
was just trying to get closer.
cool. We will go to the top of the order then, and then the Knoll Cultist's turn. All right, so let's close these guys. The Knoll Cultist. He's going to move. He's going to get online. 2, 3, 5. That's 25 feet. He's going to take us another move action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then he's going to kind of lay prone right there. He's going to just kind of get down and take cover. And we're going to go ahead. IJKLM. Off guard, paralyzed, petrified, prone. Okay. So he drops prone. All right. And then after that, after the, I don't want that. I want, for some reason I like popped it out and it was kind of weird. So it goes next turn. Now it's being, my counter tracker's being real dumb. You guys still hear me okay?
Yeah.
There we go. All right, no cultist went. Horus, it is your turn next.
Okay, they moved up.
These two stayed in the back. You could see them kind of get on line on the ridge, and we're just like whew, letting loose arrows. And then this guy moved closer. He's the one in the rags, has like a big like falchion looking blade on his back, and just looks like he's ready to move in and close it.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. I'm going to move up or 20 feet.
Okay.
Drop right about here. Okay. Um. Do. You are way too far away from me. Can't do that. So I'll move up, and I'm going to
Throw it to the battle map.
see. Um. I'm going to use a focus spell on myself.
Okay.
I've never used one before. So I'm going to kind of touch myself, and I will, as I do, my halo pops out, and I start to glow for a moment as
Okay.
I cast light boost on myself.
And what does that do?
Gives me fast healing too.
Okay. That's useful AF.
Yeah, for 4 rounds. So,
Mhm.
so I cast that on myself, and then I'm going to raise my shield.
Okay. You raise your shield as you move forward, casting a quick spell on yourself, and we move forward. It's the hunter's turn. The hunter then goes ahead, and he is going to keep targeting you as you're the closest target, and he's just going to pop off with another short bow attack. That dude. Nope, that's not useful right now. He's going to take 1 shot and 2 shots. And let's see. You said armor class is 20. It's 23 now with the shield raised, right?
Correct.
Okay, so yeah, both shots miss. One of them actually deflects off of the shield itself, and why the fuck not? He'll go for the 3rd shot. Literally can't hit you. And another one, just 3 arrows zip zing past you and don't do anything. You can hear this one. He yells at him and just kind of barks order um, at them. It is then the sergeant's turn once again. Looking at the back line and how you guys have hesitated to move forward in this, lightning quick round, he's like, "All right, focus fire." He just calls out. No one speaks Knoll, do they?
No.
Okay, he just calls out, focus fire, and you can see he points at Nick's Horus's shield. A 28 hits you, but it's not a
Okay.
critical. Not a critical. That's
Yeah, thank God.
not that. So we're gonna roll damage.
Okay, I used my shield block, so my shield is going to take that damage.
Okay. So 7 to your shield and all that. Okay. And then he is also going to use his next attack or next movement to kind of slide down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is what he does. He maintains right there, and he then screams as he barks orders to them all, as they all bark back in stuff. Literally, he has a move called Bark Orders, which I thought is fucking great. So, however, it is Ondol's turn. What is it that you do, good sir?
Okay, first thing I'm gonna do is the target here. Hunt prey on him. Then I'm gonna take movement, 2 actions to go. So the rock that's next to Horus, is that high enough to take cover behind
Yeah,
from their
absolutely.
point of
Yeah,
view?
yeah,
Okay.
you can
So
definitely
that
take cover.
so I'll go this way to go here, and then here would put me at my full movement, and that's all my actions.
Okay, you move up, taking cover behind this little outcropping of rubble and stuff, and you don't see any of the gnolls, so there's a good chance none of them can see you either. As you move up quickly. Next, we go to the cultist. This one moves forward as well, dashing as quick as he can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he meets you, Horace, and he goes for a single strike. As you can see, or actually he doesn't. He gets up, and I forgot it's an action to pull your fucking weapon. As he quickly comes online, and he clashes against your shield with his falchion, pushing back and getting ready to strike. But his weapon is now out, and that is it. Voth, you are up next.
Alright, I'm going to use my act together for both of us just to move. Let's see here. Da-da-da-da.
Were you not moving Abaddon, Nick? Sleeping him there.
Yeah, no, I didn't have enough actions to bring him up further.
Gotcha.
I got one more square. Alrighty, and then 30 feet. What can I do here? Alright, so I got about 30 feet. I will go ahead and cast. Of course, you're right there, Nick. We'll set him with that caustic blast.
All right. See it.
So DC 18.
All
I'll
right.
just put it in a spot that doesn't have Nick. Can't quite hit his friend, but
All right. He made the saving throw.
cool. So I'll just take half damage.
Right, go ahead and roll it. Or I can click it and roll it? Do it too? My
Either
bad.
way. Bam. Nice.
So he takes half. Nice. 4 damage. You can see acid splashes onto this knoll, burning away some of that flesh robe he wears, as well as burning him in the process. Not liking that one. That's ouchie boo boo. All right. And
That's
with
all I
that, we move to the next one. Second round, the next knoll cultist moves in, standing from prone. What did I do? Just right click it. There we go. He moves 1, 2, jumps down and lands right next to you. So that's 1, 2 actions. He takes 1 single attack at you. This time he bites with his mouth. As he tries to as one of them's pushing off your shield and you're deflecting stuff, he kind of comes around and tries to bite your forearm. Let's see if he gets purchase. Nothing doing. A 16 is not enough to get through that armor. As you kind of just get that shield in the way of his jaws, he bites down on spoons and knives and stuff. He's not having a good time. But that's his turn. Horace, you're up next, as they are converging on your position quickly.
Okay. I spend 1 action to move up Abaddon. He's got a movement of 25.
I could have done that.
So he gets right up behind Ondal. It's his action. Actually, yeah, I don't want to do that because that costs another focus point. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so 1 action is that, and then I'm going to spell strike that fucker. So, this time, since he bought me, I'm gonna just be like, I have teeth, and then my axe is going to look sharper for a moment as I swing it from the top of my head. Here we go.
All
I thought you were
So,
about to Mike Tyson him with that. Lead
just
up.
about. Here, he selected, strike, boom, boom. Oh, that 20 was so good for a moment.
Almost. It misses ever so slightly, as these ones seem to have very quick reflexes.
Okay.
They too are wearing, as you can see, kind of moving past their robes, kind of flailing open. They too have pretty well put together hide armor as well.
Okay. So that's it. That's all my actions.
Okay.
Because I tried to spell strike.
All right. With that, it goes to the hunter. Old hunter. All right, so let's see. He, kind of seeing his position, moves down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then he moves 1, 2, tries to get a good line on all of you, and it's not a problem. He looks directly at the one they're trying to surround and pull down. He starts to let loose with a bow shot. A wicked twang from the short bow. And nothing. It deflects harmlessly, hitting into the shield and snapping the. This one is not a nice arrow. The other guy's arrows were really good, but this one just kind of snaps under the weight of the shot. And that is his turn. It goes to the sergeant's turn. All of you can see he's on this ridge. He pulls out his little pack and sets it on the ground. He opens his pack and starts pulling some stuff out of it, and he pulls out a package. And then he unwraps this package, and there's what looks to be a carved horn of sorts. That's his entire turn to get it, unwrap it, and get it ready to go. You have a feeling he's probably going to try to sound some sort of an alarm. But that is his turn. Ondol, it is your turn. What do you do?
Okay, I'm going to take my movement here. There we go. I'm gonna go around the rock and try to go from the backside of this guy. That's
Okay, yeah.
awkward.
You appear from the backside, and you can see you get catch this one's a little off guard as he is there, definitely not ready for you attacking from that angle. All right, go ahead.
Okay, and I really didn't see when you moved him down, but is that my hunted prey guy? That's what I was trying to go for. It won't mark them. I don't know how to do the mark.
I didn't
Maybe
even
I
see.
can
I didn't
figure that
even
out.
see you hit fucking hunter.
So
prey. You did.
when you click the little thing, it'll give a little like buff thing, and you can drag that over to the creature.
Like from hunt prey, do I hit seek or track? I guess either
you
one.
want to put.
You'd put both of them, right?
So
Oh, no.
I'd have to drag seek and then
I
drag
guess that's not how
track.
it works. I thought it actually applied a condition.
You designate a single. I'll just do this.
I wish I put a mark on him, like just a simple like
Hmm.
debuff, but I don't
Yeah.
know how to turn it into that.
You
It's an
could-
action.
We can make something for it at some point. We can. That's
Yeah.
no problem.
I'll figure it out. I'll look into that, see if we can do
Okay.
some sort of mark. But yeah, we'll say that's your marked one, just for
Okay.
ease and simplicity. Yeah.
Just so I could all right, so I did my movement, that's one, and then I wanted to do twin takedown. So let's go ahead and slice up twice.
Did you update your weapons on your sheet to have the cold iron
I have the plus
and,
one.
and the plus one? Okay.
So the cold iron, no, I didn't update yet because I don't
Okay.
know
we'll work on
what
that
you
after.
wanted to be that at.
It really won't
It's okay,
affect
though.
these guys, but
Yeah.
it's good. So
Totally fine. I do have the plus one boarding axe, so that's cool. So we'll do strike one here, and then the second. Oh god, here we go with this shit. With this fucking shit. Here we go.
jeez,
I
two.
was gonna say, is that guy off guard?
I did. I put the off guard on
Oh,
him.
okay.
He's got the debuff.
I just got
Uh,
that bad of a roll.
You come in and you swing once, twice. This guy is off guard from the strike that Nick put at him, kind of knocking him around a bit. He's definitely not hit, as he's able to dance around your blows.
I have one more action, so I think I'm gonna just swing one more time.
Sure.
I can't really do much else. So third attack penalty. Oh wow. I
Hit
did
with
get
that
hit.
one.
A 23 hits.
Wow.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh my gosh.
2 points of damage. All right.
That's all I got in the tank.
All right. Next goes to the cultist. All right. All right. So with that, you can see he is so like he wants to reach out with his offhand as he has a falchion. He reaches back mad, grabs the falchion, and comes down. Looks like he's used to casting spells, but doesn't have the ability to do so here. So Yeah, he reaches forward to strike you. Dangerous to build momentum. You attack with it more than once on your turn. The second hand gains circumstance bonus damage equal to the number of weapon dice. Alright. So he swings quickly with this falchion, swinging once and twice. Critical miss. And apparently he's attacking. I meant to be attacking you, Nick, not the other fucking Knoll, but a 25.
Well, it's
Friendly
showing
fire
target was
on?
Horus.
Is that okay?
Your target's correct.
Oh, was okay. For some
Yeah.
reason, my screen is being funky. But anyway, so he hits you the one time. $13 points of damage. A very good strike from the Knoll's blade as it rips into the side of you. That is that, though. And that it would be his turn. Voth, you are up next. What is it that you do?
It is this one up here that's got the horn, right?
Correct. It just
Okay.
looks like a little wooden or bone horn, but it's, that conical shape.
Mm.
Like it has some scrap metal on it.
Both me and Zerson are going to move. That's what I wanted to cut. He's gonna come right there. And then I will go ahead and use command. And I will look him in the eye. And I will say, I tried to let you leave with your life, and this is how you repay my benevolence. How dare you? Drop your trinket down that cliff, you mutt.
You reach out, kind of throw that bit of magic in his face.
I'm a hero point. Make him reroll that.
Okay. I like that. Alright.
Can we, or I guess no, it's just for ours. Can I make them reroll it, or you just want to do that
We've
situation?
always done that, so sure.
Okay,
I
just
think
making
that's
sure.
cool. Just make sure you take away
Yeah.
your hero point.
I gave it dialogue. I'm gonna make it do it again.
You're like, I would have looked really cool, please. Well played. Failed by 1.
By 1. Yeah.
Good use of a hero point. As the magic kind of addles his brain for a moment, he's like, and he throws and it tumbles down over here, shaking his head. He just looks aghast. He's like, what the fuck?
And that's my round.
That's the really shitty horn. Okay. That looks like a shoe or a boat or something. I don't know. Anyway. Alright, that is your round, but probably a very important one. The cultist's turn. This one looks at you, Horus. They are just focused, trying to take down whoever they can at this point. Where's my T? There we go. He is going to bite sword. He's going to do bite and sword. So here's the jaws. 24. That hits you for 5 points. And sword, a 2. That one clinks off of your armor and does not find purchase.
I'm very bloody.
Yeah, you look pretty rough. With that being said, that is its turn. It is your turn, Horus. What do you do? You fast heal too. So that's good.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
something.
sorry. Didn't mean to hit that one. Just
Let's see. What am I gonna do?
try not to die.
Yeah, you tell me.
That shield might be useful.
Okay, so as he comes in swinging, I I try to deflect one side with my sword to no purchase, and as that happens, my first thing I'm going to open with is my focus spell. So my shielding strike, so I can get my my shit flowing again. So there's that, and then that's one action, and then my other action I'm going to do is try it again, but this time I'm going to spell strike with my shocking grasp. So
Okay.
here we go. He is my target. Here is his strike. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Oh, buddy. All right.
And then there's my shocking grasp. So there's the damage for the
Just-
shocking grasp.
Just
And
fucking
here's the critical damage for
shit.
that.
get shit on. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Damn.
That guy
So
just
it's
took
22 damage for the shocking grasp. Because it's a crit.
Oh my gosh. The double damage.
So, yeah.
That
And the 24.
the electricity from it just arcs off him, and then 24 from the blade.
Yeah.
Oof. You bring that down and just cleave, just electricity crackles off the blade and just fries as you put probably like top of the neck through the bottom of the clavicle and just that electricity is jolting the blade through. That one's dead AF. Like, he is so dead. Well
Perfect.
done. Yeah, good shot. Oh, man.
There's my
Anything
shield
else?
effect.
No?
No, that's it. That's all I
Okay.
had.
The Knoll Hunter's
I'm
turn.
pumping.
Let's do this real quick. Alright, he's steeled. He's steeled. He's ready. He's actually going to take, yeah, no, he's gonna be cowardly. He's gonna target Ondol this time, as he looks at you just cleave to thing, and this magic kind of barrier appears as your shield comes up, and he's like, oh, and he just goes after the closest target that's not you, as he's like, oh god, and he's just gonna pop off a couple times at Ondol. A 13, which misses, a 17, which misses, and an 8. So it's like, I'm imagining Ondol, you hear that draw of the blade, you turn, dodge left, dodge right, another one that comes middle, and you just clack, and just knock it out with the fucking axes, just take care of it. Is that work? Noel's just like, oh man. guys, we fucked up. Alright, the sergeant looks down, he shakes his head, looks at you, Voth, and looks down, and you can see his eyes meet the horn down below, and he just goes, "Ah," and howls, and he just fucking bold-face charges for you. He wants that ass. He wants it. He's gonna get it. So he is moving. Let's do this. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. So he runs right up to you. There's 1. He is also going to swing with the melee scimitar as he pulls a wonderful scimitar. It is steel, it is polished, it has a wonderfully wrapped handle. This is not from here. This is nice. And he swings it across, tries to hit you with it. Let's target you. And here is the scimitar attack. Yeah, that one hits. A 32 to hit.
Yeah, that's a crit.
Damn.
Damage.
So he one-shots me.
20. 20 points of damage. He is also going to move right here as a step, and that is his turn. All right. The Ondol, it is your turn. As one of them has fallen, you can see the sergeant has charged your caster friend. Throwing caution to the wind, he comes in with a devastatingly good strike, but boss still stands.
I want to take movement. Really, what I want to do is I want to
Get behind that guy.
get behind this guy.
Sure. He wouldn't get any sort of attacks as you go skirt the bottom and then come up around the
Good.
back. So yeah, go ahead. That's one movement. Go ahead and make your attacks and such.
So for the attack, because he's not hunted, I'm going to. What should I do? What should I do? You know what? I'll just go ahead and double slice. Boom.
All right.
Then we'll do double slice the second attack. Here we go. One. I hate my fucking. Oh!
I bumped it to a 20.
Holy shit.
It giveth and it taketh away. The first
Wow.
attack goes high as he ducks, but as he's ducking, you're just bringing the other axe down right into him. Go and roll that damage.
Okay. Is it a critical?
Oh, hell yeah, it's a critical.
Okay.
Armor
Yeah,
class
that
is
makes sense.
17. 20 points of damage. You bring that blade
Really?
into him. So did it roll? Is that 20? It's times 2, right? So that's
Well,
that's the total
I
damage.
hit
right?
critical.
Okay,
I
so
don't-
yeah, then
That is
I think
I don't
that
click
is
the
it.
double. I just click the damage. Yeah.
The regular. Yeah.
Whoops. I gotta target him and then hit damage. What? There we go. As you pull that axe up into his shoulder and pull it out, you hear things rip and pop that probably shouldn't do that noise, and he is not looking very well. He is bloodied as fuck. Anything else from you?
Nope, that's all 3 actions.
Okay. With that, it goes to the cultist. This one, having seen his friend die, goes into a frenzy and just swings to the fences on you, Nick, trying to take you down. He going to go ham real quick. All right.
I'm as buffed as I can be right now.
You're
Let's
like,
see if I
this
survive.
is it. This is what it's about
Yep.
right here. All right, we're gonna do Falchion 1, Falchion 2, Falchion 3. A 26, a 21, and a 19. I know the 21. You have your shield up, right? So that should miss, correct?
Right, that'll miss.
Okay. This is a 26
The
hit.
26. Yeah, so that's when I shield block with that one.
Okay. So do I still roll damage on that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. A total of 6 points of damage.
Awesome.
Whew. Did you survive that one barely?
I did, yeah. I did.
Good shield
And my
block, too.
shield is really bad shape right this second.
All
so-
right, but you're not dead, so better a broken
That's
shield than a
important.
broken body. All right, that knoll swings once, hitting you, and then you kind of like as the sword hits you and kind of hits into the top of your shoulder, you kind of like lock the blade, and you can't use it to swing and just push him back. As you get a nice little cut there, but he wasn't able to swing twice against you. All right. Both, you are up next. You have this man right in front of you with a bloodlust in his eyes. He is quick, too. He looks like he's ready to just devour you.
This one looks relatively undamaged, correct?
That one, he's been hit, but very slightly. Just a tiny little prick. He has the acid burn that you did to him, and that's about it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cast a 3-action heal.
Okay.
And then to follow that up, I'll have Zerson strike that boy. So you can get healing as well, Nick. Ah,
So what's
Yay!
the total? What's the total heal?
so that's gonna
14.
be 14 back. None. I will go ahead and let's see. Let me see if I can make sure I fucking actually select this shit right. So select. And then I will have.
Let's go 10 feet closer.
Just, yeah, if you...
I'm mad.
He just
all
had to
good.
talk.
He did warn
Stay
you.
close.
It's
He's
all, I
fighting.
know, I know, I
Like
know.
I'm
I
judging
know.
distances, guys. I'm judging distances.
No.
If you had movement and could end up next to this dude, like right here, could you have?
Nah,
Oh,
no.
I was gonna say if you had enough, I would have been like,
Yeah,
you would have been smart
nah.
enough to. Okay.
It's better this way.
Okay. So you throw out the 3 action heals. Xerxes makes a claw attack. Who's he going against? The cultist. 19
Yeah.
meets. Go ahead and roll damage.
He
5
finally
points.
hits something, and then he rolls on the damage. God damn, Xerxes.
Hey, you know, more than nothing.
The rat was better. All I'm saying. I fucking built a dragon this time. Fucking useless. The rat was way better.
It's all good. All right. It goes to the top of the order. The cultist, bleeding. Horus, you're up. What do you do?
All right. How bad do you look?
Whatever 28 out of 34 looks like.
So you're
Probably
bloodied.
not good.
Yeah,
Not
you're
good.
bloodied. He came in with a good strike with the scimitar.
Okay. Let's see. I'll call out to you and be like, "Do you need assistance?" And then
Finish the one in front of you, then join me.
That sounds about right. When you use my movement to try to get behind this douchebag, I can select my damn guy. There we go.
So you would be moving how?
So I'm gonna
that
like,
would be
step
going
over the dead guy.
Okay, so you're trying to go around him. So
Yeah.
he's got his back against that wall. So this
okay.
where you're at right
So
there
I'd
would
have to go around.
yeah,
the person?
you could get to the space below him easier. Or you could try to get up there. You just could have high ground on him, but you'd have to climb up there or whatnot. Or it'd just be difficult, it'd be difficult terrain to try to clamber up the side of this little rubble hill. So, but right there is easy enough to get to. You can just kind of
Okay. I do that. How close are you?
You're like, I'm a dragon. I got this. Oh god,
Yeah.
it hurts so bad.
Yeah.
My whole body is pain.
I just need level 4.
I look over at Ondal and I cast Stoke the Heart, and I just look over at you and I say, "Bleed them dry." There you go. Now you got my buff. Are you within 15 feet of him? Let's see. Probably not. Damn it! You're so close. Okay, so you don't get those temp HP. There's that, and then I'm just gonna swing once on this dude in front of me.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think you would have off guard right there, correct?
No, not
Yeah.
yet. That's why I was trying to get behind him.
Ace.
17.
Damn. Armor class is 19. If you had off guard, you would have got him. Son of a bitch.
Alright.
It's all good. Good attempt, but he's able to dodge past the attack. The hunter's turn. He turns to you, Ondol. Hurts incredibly. Like, there's a look of desperation in his eyes as he simply swings as hard as he fucking can. Dropping the bow, he pulls an axe, swings once. And misses horribly as you dodge to the side. He then lunges forward with his jaws to try to make a bite. Whoops. Get a multi-attack penalty. And again, that one misses as well. As you dodge back, he moves to slam his teeth into your throat, and you just put both fucking axes right in his mouth like, no! As he chomps down and gets a mouthful of cold iron, which he was not a very big fan of. And that is his turn. It is the sergeant's turn. He barks out an order, and as an action, this one moves. He takes a 5-foot step immediately, and as an action, this one additionally moves, takes a 5-foot step towards this way, looking to break off. As they both get a step action, he as well takes one as he moves right here. So that is all of their reactions are burnt, and then one action for that. And then he is going to swing. Let's do once at you, and we'll see if he uses anything. One strike against our friend Voth. We hardly knew ye. We still know thee, though. Thee is still in the fight with a 2. A 2 on the dice, everyone. Son of a bitch. Good attempt. As he swings, you're able to kind of judge his arc and take a little dodge out of the way as it just goes wide.
That 16 actually does hit.
Does
That
it?
is my correct AC.
Oh, I thought it said miss. Oh
Heck,
shit! Look
God
at.
damn it.
Well, I guess
I could have
that's
kept
how it.
quiet.
That's
but
how it did. That's
yeah,
how it
no,
went in
I
a
don't
perfect
cheat.
world. But
Yeah.
I was confused for a second.
Oh,
I
I
was
thought
like,
I
no.
thought I saw
Zero?
a miss.
Like I said, I need level 4.
I was reading the one above it. That's why. So my bad.
Oopsies.
But anyway, yeah. So it hits you. Fuck you. For 9 points of damage.
I owned it.
9 points as the blade catches a modicum amount of your skin, but it does open it up slightly. He then is annoyed that you're still standing, and he will make another attack. This time, moving forward to lunge in with his teeth. And that one finds purchase as well. As you take another 11 points of piercing damage from the teeth.
Mommy.
He pulls back and kind of rips your flesh. Definitely not a good feeling. But it is his turn, and it is Ondol up next. What do you do?
All right, so that guy moved away from me a little bit. So
Took one step.
yeah. When he took that step, I couldn't have done any reactive strike or attack opportunity. Okay.
No
Just making
reactive
sure.
stripes on just a step. So
Got it. All right, so let's go ahead and how do I want to do this here? Damn that. Yeah, so I'll move right back on him.
Where you going?
And then that's one action, so damn, I really messed up. Double slice it is. Well, double slices on second attack. 1, 2. God damn, that first one is killing me. It's killing me.
first one goes wide. Second one definitely connects. Go ahead and roll damage.
Killing me.
8 points. And yeah, you strike that one. As it takes 8, it stumbles to the ground and just kind of drops its axe. You could see it looks like it's about to die. One
Yeah,
left.
fuck.
All right. Anything else?
Nah, that should be it.
Okay. The cultist. Taking this moment, he sees easy prey in Voth. Steps to attack.
Oh, that piece of shit.
They're gnolls. They go after the weak ones. They thought it was gonna be Horus, and then you healed him to full. So they're like, "That's not cool."
Loser Knowles.
They're like, "We'll take the leader down and show him our strength. He's really hard to hit. Kill the weak ones on the outskirts." But like, kill them like gazelle. So we will target you, and here we go. Big attacks, friend.
Mommy.
Hang on tight, Greg. Hang on tight, boss.
That one definitely strikes as you are struck 4 points of damage.
Still
And
up.
he moves
I
forward
hear
to
no bell.
bite. I hear no bell. He moves forward to bite with his jaws. And finds purchase
Jesus Christ. 3 damage.
for 7.
And I'm down.
And Voth feels the blood run from his body as he is down.
And Zerson goes pop.
And it is your turn, Voth. What do you do? Give me them rolls.
Let's see. That's not what I meant to do. I want to do that, and then I'll roll that. Just one short, that's about right.
Okay. All right. It goes to the cultist who's dead and to Horus. What is it that you do?
All right.
It won't let me delete Zerson off the map if you want to delete him.
I don't see him.
I moved him.
Oh.
He's up on the top.
Oh.
All right.
So, before you take your turn, there you can
Okay.
see the sergeant and the cultist who kind of took down Voth. They both howl, and then they look up and they see one of their dudes dead as fuck, the other one dying, backing off the backside of a cliff, and the two of you both hungry and looking for fucking shit, as well as a small little dragon lurking in the back corner. They're like, hold. They call for a hold. He then says, and I'll try to do this in 6 seconds, we both walk away. Too much bloodshed. Lick our wounds. Take our wounded. He gives you the offer to not fight. But it
Not
is your
fight
turn.
anymore.
It is your turn. You could go up there and just fuck them up. They're both, like, the sergeant is pristine. The
Okay.
cultist has taken some damage. You've already downed two of his men. But he is calling, hey, you know, took down one of yours. You took down one of mine. I'll take my guys and leave. Take your guys and leave.
I look over at my buddy. What does Ondal do?
Ondal's like literally
visual-
in front of a
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, I got this. So if like,
I'm just
almo-
looking.
You can almost see
do
that I'm
look
going to
like you're gonna
engage.
Yeah.
So you see that I'm looking to engage through the man that has 1 HP in front of me. However, if I can hear that, I hear what they said.
Yeah, they bark it out.
I would say we did return a memory to the void, and in that emptiness we found peace, and that's all I say. And then I'm in a ready stand still to continue, but that is what I speak to you upon that.
Peaceful doesn't mean not ready to strike. I get that.
Yeah. And when you say that, then I respond with, "Let's send them to hell." And then I move up, and I'm going to, before I move all the way away from you, I'm going to continue to keep my hex going on you. And I'm going to move right up next to Voth. 1 action, 2 actions, and then I swing like a motherfucker at the sergeant, or at the dude behind him.
You the cultist?
Yeah, I'm going to hit the cultist.
All right.
Here's the swing.
A 23 absolutely strikes him.
For 10 damage.
Jesus, all right. And the cultist takes it, a crackling strike from your blade as it hits him, and you moved with such stuff and yelled, you know, send him to hell, as you're like, ah, and you come in and strike him, that he's kind of caught off guard by that too. He's not. They're like, oh shit, okay, they're going for blood and glory. Hey, I'm just gonna say this right now because this was one of those what if things. They weren't gonna give up. They would have fucking just knives into Greg. So, yeah, it's Knowles, and I know you guys hate Knowles. They're not playing for niceness at all. Okay.
I was about to say, did we just out Knoll the Knolls?
Yeah, you're like, fuck you, you're dying! Okay. So, after Horus, it is going to be the Knoll Hunter's turn. He has 1 hit point. He, like, rolls. I gotta give him the prone condition. Stand by. He is going to roll and try to bite your fucking feet. He is going to try to eat you.
Bastard.
Yeah, well, you know.
You might kill him, but you're gonna have to drag his cold, limp corpse with you.
This is what I was hoping for.
He manages to bite you once. Does not manage much more past that. He will get you at this. What's your armor class? Is it?
That's not a crit.
I was gonna say it's.
So 20,
Yeah.
it's 20
You
now.
just rolled
Yeah.
a
Okay,
20.
yeah. So I was gonna say, yeah, that's.
We're not in critical territory for the damage yet. No, no.
Yeah.
Let's take it easy,
Yeah.
old boy.
He manages
Damn
to
it.
get into your ankle for 7 points as he strikes. As he's like, ugh, almost hurts himself more by doing that. In fact, I'm gonna say that was an act of desperation, and he does rip his guts out as he takes that. He drops to 0 and dies. That is his turn. The sergeant's turn. He looks down at Voth and then looks at you, and he's like, just bares his teeth and goes all in. He is gonna do it. He's going for it. Let's do it. All right, scimitar once, scimitar twice. 27, 22. Do you have your shield up?
I do not have my shield up yet.
So it's 21 armor class, so 2 hits.
Yeah.
All right, so there is that, and then the third one he's going to bark orders. So. Barked, but that's fine. So he's gonna roll the damage on there. You are struck for 12, and then
Okay.
he's gonna roll the damage on you there. 13.
Holy fuck. I'm dead.
As you go down as 2 blades come across you very quickly. Yikes. Alright. That takes it to Ondol. Your turn. What do you do? It's you versus
Okay.
2 of them, and
I got this.
the sergeant looks unscathed, but the cultist looks pretty banged up.
Okay. Can you move on to a space with a fallen character?
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and look at the sergeant.
Mm-hmm.
Point. Why isn't it working? Let me take it. Okay, yeah. So boom, hunt prey on the sergeant.
Okay.
Point. You next. And then I'm gonna take my only other 2 actions to use sudden charge. I want to jolt at the guy that's next to actually Horus. So basically I want to go in between them,
Okay.
right? Well, is this in between them both? Yeah, diagonal and cross. And
Sure.
I want to yeah, so I'll attack the guy I hunted. It makes more sense. Where
Okay.
I'm placed at. So I will attack him once, and this will just be a regular main hand attack. Bada, boom.
That hits.
Okay. Well. I
Oh
don't
no,
know-
wait! You were targeting the
no,
hunter.
No. Yeah.
They have the similar armor class, so go ahead and just roll damage.
Okay. I should be targeting the right one now. I don't know.
That's all good. 7. You draw blood on him. Okay. Anything else?
I embrace for the onslaught.
Excellent. All right. The cultist's turn. The cultist moves to strike you. He is going to do Falchion. Jaws. Hit, miss. Does a 23 actually hit you? I forget what your...
It does.
Okay.
I'm only 20, so it does. Just no crit.
You are struck by that for 12 damage. All right. That is his turn. Voth, you are up next. Can he undying? No. Does that kill you or no?
Yep, that's dead.
Damn. All right. Dead. This is fun. All right. So, then we go to the cultist. The cultist. He does this. He dies. Horace, your turn. Go ahead and roll. An 11. Well done. All right. So does that stabilize you now? Is that how that works, or do you have to make a couple more? I forget.
Yeah, I have to make multiple.
Okay. All right.
Successful
There's
rolls.
that. The hunter's dead. The sergeant. All right. He goes to attack you, Brett. All right. A 22. For 9 points. Oof. He then uses his jaws to bite again. And misses horribly. His third action is to take a 5-foot step. Just get perfect line with you. It is your turn, however. Now I remind you that this cultist right here is very, very low on hit points. He's looking pretty bad. The sergeant, you did the first blow to him, but he's looking not even bloodied. So you could take this guy out quicker than you could the sergeant. Just saying, if you felt like it, it's up to you.
Let me see if I can get out of this fucking shit. So, first attack, I am gonna do the sergeant, just because he's marked. So, twin takedown on him, one action. Let's go ahead and target. Let's hopefully, come on, just crit, baby, just crit. Here we go. 1, 2.
A hit.
Ah!
The second one misses, but the first one definitely hits. And that's against
Okay.
the sergeant or the
This is the sergeant.
Okay.
Yeah. So the sergeant.
Fucking goddamn nice. Okay, you cut into him, dealing a good strike, bloodying him with that strike as he gets it right across the face.
I then. Okay. Second action. I'm gonna keep on him, and we're gonna double slice. So
Okay.
this one is at the 3rd here, 4th here. Oh my god.
And you miss twice. Swinging against the sergeant again. Both attacks go wide. The cultist lines up. He swings. Hitting you. 4.
For negative.
9 points of damage. Oops. All right. Mr. Literal 1 hit point left. It's all right. Don't worry about this. Remember, you can't die. You just restart. All right. Mists with his jaws, and then, well, he'll take the 3rd jaw strike and miss with that one. All right, Voth is dead. We go all the way to Horus. Your turn. Fucking A, dude. Okay. All right. The sergeant. He moves here. Oops. I guess he wouldn't know that. He
We're
does
all
move
dying.
there.
We're all down. Yeah.
He has 1 hit point.
We're all dying.
It's okay.
Oh, I thought.
No, he has one.
I thought
Literally,
Brett was dead.
Brett has
Oh.
1 hit point left.
Oh, okay.
So
I
he's
can't see anything because everything's.
yeah,
all dark.
everything's great. So
Yeah, we can't see shit.
the sergeant's going to disengage from you. He's uninterested in fighting you, Brett. He just barks something in Noel to the cultist, and he moves over to check this one. I don't know if you have like opportunity strike or anything. If you wanted to, you could strike him, but
I do. I have both attack of opportunity and reactive strike, which is,
cool.
I guess, either one, right? It's just a make a melee strike against target
Yeah.
creature if you crit manipulate action. So, I'll try anything.
Hey, who knows?
Uh,
I had a plan for this happening, so it's good. It's not a worry. But if
This
you
game-
somehow squeak it out, I'm gonna be like, shit, I gotta let it happen that way. All right, cool. A 13. You'd make a desperation swing, but he's able to kind of just parry it as he just laughs as the cackles of the hyena man just kind of trail off. It is your turn. What do? You have this guy right here looking like he's ready to fight you to the end, and then the sergeant's looking like maybe he's gonna pick through this cultist's gear or something right now. But you're like literally like just like desperation swinging, bleeding out of all your holes. This fucking dude right here looks like trash. And the sergeant's there too, so what do you do?
The first guy I will take a normal swing at. Man, I'm pissed off that guy just walked away. I'm so pissed off. Like, he doesn't even care about me.
Ooh. So that dude hit? Yeah, go ahead and roll damage on that guy.
Oh man, I hate that it went to the other one. Yeah, I know it'll hit either way, but
Yeah, that
I still gotta use
sergeant
this
has a
targeting.
21 armor class. The other ones have a 19. So
Okay, so this is a regular
Well, then
damage,
that's
right?
a crit. No,
Or is
that's
it
a
a crit?
crit because
that's
if
a
it's
29. Yep. So go ahead and
Okay,
roll crit
so-
damage on this dude below.
It should be on him now, so I don't think we'll.
24 damage. As he walks away, you're like, ah! And you bring a fury into this guy. Both axes just right into his throat and go through as he drops. He takes a shit ton of damage. I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead yet. The sergeant turns as he hears the thud of his cultist brethren's head hit the floor, as he growls. Still your turn. That was one attack.
So, because I can't move, I do have movement and. Okay, cool.
You
I
have two
do.
actions left. Yeah. You could
Yes,
take a step
Perfect.
and then move
I'm
in. Yeah.
definitely gonna do this. Oh, my other plan was horrible. So yeah, step over to the side here, and then my last action, because he's still hunted, is gonna be.
He is hunted. Dude,
All right, here we go.
big crit. Come on.
Target is hunted prey, and so secondary. Please work. Third. Oh,
Ah, missed.
this game is so killing me.
That one hits. Go ahead and roll
Okay,
damage.
Regular damage.
Dude, if somehow Brett
Alright,
squeaks this the fuck out, I'm gonna be like, no way, bro.
Come on, please just do something. No, this damage sucks.
7 points.
Oh, that's
You
enough now.
cut into the sergeant once more as he bleeds again. He turns to face you with his full fury. It goes to the thing. Horace, you still have rolls, or did you stabilize? You think you need one more roll or two more rolls?
I need one more. Nope, I failed.
Okay. Alright. And then we go to the sergeant. He tees off on you. He looks like he is fed up with you. How do you... No, he won't. He won't. No, he won't. He is going to bite you. Misses. He's gonna try again. His bite is piercing versus he literally does the same damage with his weapon or his bite. He's gonna go again for the bite. Misses. What? Brett, this is real main character energy right now. As you're like, you dodge once, you dodge twice. Here comes the third one. and he misses. 3 misses. Holy shit. A 19, a 19, and a 13 against a 20 armor class. The gnoll swings, but he cannot take down the warrior. It is your turn, Brett. What do you do? This guy looks fucking infuriated.
I'm pissed. Okay. First thing foremost, target is 100. We're gonna twin take down right off the bat. Just start it out right. Let's see what we can do. 1 off the top, 2 off the top.
Nice.
Hit.
2 hits.
Okay, so 1, 2.
You deal 11 damage, strike into him, and then you deal 7 with the follow-up. He's still standing, but as you strike once into his chest, pull out, the second one comes down into the top of his thigh and pull out. He looks like, what the fuck is happening? There is a ferocity in your eyes that is just absolutely unmatched, and he actually looks afraid. What do you do next?
Continue the barrage of attacks on him, not even stopping between those ones to go into a double slice.
Oh my
to finish
god.
off, so, and these ones are gonna take a little
The
load here,
fucking
but
Ginsu fucking orc elf over here.
I just want to hit one of these.
A 5 and a 4,
Nothing.
2 misses.
God, I can't win.
2 misses. Oh my gosh. Brett, do you have a hero point? Because I think you could.
I do.
I think you
I
could
do.
re-roll that. Correct?
Okay. Yeah. If now I don't know how the hero point works so much in Pathfinder yet, so if I can re-roll, I would use a hero point obviously in this.
Do you guys remember off the top of your head? Hero points basically let you re-roll an attack
It's
or a
reroll
save.
die.
Yeah.
Reroll die. Take
Okay.
you have to take the other. It's not advantage
Okay.
like the others.
So go ahead and, if you want to, you can re-roll one of your attacks.
And I will re-roll my second attack here. Oh man. I mean, come on, it's a fucking +7. For
There
God's
you
sake,
go.
+7.
17
It's a
strikes.
+7.
Roll damage.
Please.
You're like, it's a +7. 7 points of damage.
Oh, tell me that's enough. Oh, please tell me that's enough.
Brett.
Take it.
Brett, tell me how you kill this sergeant as you bring the last blow into him.
Okay. This is a tough feeling. Andal is just, he is exhausted. He knows he's alone. He knows his 2 companions are down. He is fighting for his life. He does not want to start over again. He knows how far we've come. So like I said, it is a double slash with all his power. He almost falters. He goes again, misses his 2, falters almost again, and with that last oomph that he has, he just swings across the body, straight across
Okay.
breast line as hard as he can.
Okay. I like it. I like it. That last stroke hits, and you dig deep. You bypass the armor and just hit. You feel like you go guts to spine. You pull out, and his guts spill out on the floor, and there's just a look of absolute disbelief as he drops to the ground. And the dust settles, and the blood drips. One of your companions is clinging to life. The other one does not seem to be moving. What do you do?
Okay, I would immediately go over to Horace, who I see is semi-conscious, I believe, at this point. And
You can
I
see
would
he's
tend
like,
to
it's like,
Yeah.
not yet.
I would tend to him. So, like I said, I don't have any healer's kit yet to do
you did.
anything, but I know. Oh, I did.
that's
Okay. Okay. Cool. So I will use my healer's kit and treat wounds on him as
Okay.
quick as possible to stop bleeding and everything like that. I can put it on. Okay. So, what do I got to roll here? A d20?
Mhm.
Sorry. Yeah. D20.
Let's roll your treat wounds.
Well, that's doing that. Well, let me do that regular. But anyway,
You're good.
whatever.
An 8 plus what's your medicine?
So my medicine is, I don't know why it's +1.
So 9 plus the 1 for the healer's kit. 10,
Yeah,
probably.
10.
Sure,
Yeah, I
I'll
think
say
that's
that's enough. Go ahead and roll the health.
okay. Um,
It's usually a 15, but I think
so
the
just a regular
adrenaline of that.
2d8.
I'm just gonna note it takes 10 minutes to bandage, so he's gonna have to make all of his death saving throws.
Oh,
for
that's true. You
healing
don't
it
you
to-
don't have the
Oh.
instant one. You don't have
So,
that. Okay, yeah,
nope.
yeah, yeah.
No, I don't think so. The only thing I have
Nope.
is
That's a crit fail. I'm pretty sure that just kills him.
So in this case,
Yeah. I
in
am
this
dead.
case, the medicine check. In 10 minutes and temporary immune to wound actions. Yeah, that's just for treat wounds. All right. So
Mm.
you go over there, Ondol, and you go to try to bandage his wounds. And as you put pressure onto the cut, you can see the last little bits bleed out into the ground as you are literally all alone. Okay, the two of you. We're gonna cut from here real quick. The two of you wake up. You're in birthing sacks, absolutely like you know you were going to be. As you're like, fuck. There is a difference this time. There's something a little off, little different. Um, you feel stronger. You feel empowered. Um, you're not level 0, level 1 coming out of this thing. You're uh, basically where you were at, fresh and refreshed. Absolutely 100%. Sans your gear, but you wake up. In your hands, Horace, there is a blackened silver looking blade with more like runes on it as you're like, this is new. This has not been inside of one of these things before. And the same thing with you, Greg. As you wake up, Voth kind of feels drawn, fully healed, fully ready to go. But you have a sharp, pointy metal object in your hand, a little spyglass. Easily puncture these things and pop out.
I just let my halo out again.
Oh god, then it vomits you out as you expulse forward into this thing. You fall and you can feel that familiar, oh god, everything wants to not have the light of my halo touch it, and it shoots you out as it recoils. Even like it burns away some of it this time. As you fall to the ground, take no damage. This one was close to the ground. You find yourself in a what looks to be like a city block of like almost like uh, a bigger city, a metropolis, something huge, stone buildings, chimney pipes everywhere. All of them seem to be burnt, broken, torn up, and the one defining thing is you can hear church bells. You hear a ding ding, ding 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 ding. Um, that's what you hear, and I'm assuming you burst out of your sack too, Voth. Where do you stay?
Yeah.
Okay. Same thing. You see all of that shit. Church bells. You hear that kind of stuff. The kind of tile like sterile white hospital tile floor is where you appear. There's a few little inhabitants in here as you empty out onto the floor, immediately look up, summons Urson, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Vroom, dragon appears right next to you. The two like people who are in here just clamber back, leave everything they have, and book it. They just run like a motherfucker. Know the way. Yeah, I'm assuming you know where your shit
Yep.
was and all that stuff. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we'll cut back to the other two. There are two bodies right there, Ondol. As you look, um, they are for all intents and purposes dead, but they have all this gear, and well, you look and you look. The blade that's usually on the hilt of Horus, not there, and the little spyglass that you've seen um, Voth kind of have, not there either. His eidolon's nowhere to be seen. Does your familiar stick around, Or when you go unconscious, he goes unconscious, or does he stick around, Nick?
Oh no, he just vanishes. He
Okay,
turns
so
to
he's
dust.
gone. Poof. I'd have been like, that'd be funny, because Abaddon would be like, we gotta go dig that bastard out. Gotta suck him up. But the one thing you hear in the distance, Ondol, church bells. Not very far.
Um, is what's his face still with us, following from behind, cautiously?
He probably is now. Yeah, he's
I'd probably call out for him. I'd
takes like maybe 10, 15 seconds. Catches up with you. And he looks down. He goes, gathers them up, grabs their stuff, takes them with him. He's like, we should find them. Do you have any way to link back up with them, or look pretty bad? We should maybe find a spot to rest.
um I have an idea of where they might be, but the church bells, is that where we were?
He points the direction of the church bells. He says, not far. Like, it's a interesting place. The most zealot, most fervent worshippers of the darkest proclivities are there. They won't outright hurt you unless that's their proclivity. So you can blend in, play a zealot. If they're there, be able to find them. If not, then it's at least a place we could find a spot to rest and heal, and then go find them.
Yeah,
Both
that
of
is much
them,
needed right now.
both of them commanded magic, though. I believe. I believe. And he says, if you want to take a minute and take what you can off of these corpses, I'll carry the weight for you. Pretty hurt.
Thank you. And I would I would loot the corpses, anything of use,
Okay.
interest.
Yeah, I'll give you the loot list off these guys. They had 2 falchions, 2 scimitars, a battle axe, 2 short bows, 20 good well, 18 good arrows and a bunch of shitty ones, and then there was the components for magical accoutrement on the cultists. So they had the things they would need to cast spells, but they could not cast any. The cultists had things like harm and fear, magic weapon, spiritual weapon, darkness, things like that, but they can't cast any of that down here. Bucking, that I'm just gonna say y'all got a level off of that one. That one's fucking outstanding. Good shit. Um, and the fact that one of you survived is crazy, so makes sense. Okay. Um, so that's a pretty good stopping point, or we can keep going. Up to you guys, however you want to do it.
Now we can stop here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good to stop.
Cool.
Cool.
All right. So next time we will meet up with the 2 of you guys finding each other, not very far away, and there's something going on. You guys are very close to each other. Usually not the case. But yeah, for next time, we will catch you guys later. If you like what you saw, click the stuff down below. If you have questions, go ahead and do that. We'll see you guys later. Have a good night.